Hey Valley Middle, tonight we're going to work on dividing fractions, which sounds complicated, but I got to tell you folks, this is one of the easiest targets of the chapter. Alright, but first let's start off with something fun. How long would it take you to walk from Paris, France to Moscow, Russia? Say what? It's 1,750 miles. Ask your parents, maybe they can help you with that one. We'll be back with the answer to that trivia question in a few minutes. But first, 5.7a is our target. I can multiply fractions without the calculator. Let's do this thing. All right, the problem du jour. Alexandra has two plates that she wants to cut into quarter sections for a craft project. How many quarters will she have when she's done cutting? Well, we can figure that out by just drawing a picture, right? Two plates cut into quarters, the answer is 8. But can you do it by multiplying or dividing fractions? Well, let's see. It would be dividing, right? Because we have 2 divided by 1/4. All right, well, here's the way you divide fractions. You multiply by the reciprocal. You just flip it. So instead of 2 divided by 1/4, it's 2 times 4/1. Remember, these two are reciprocals. We learned that last lesson. Well, let's do it. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1, so you got 8/1, which is 8. Alexandra will have 8 quarter sections of plates, just like we drew. Only we did it by dividing fractions. How cool is that? All right, it's only going to get better. All right, couple of quick review pieces here. To divide a fraction, multiply it by its multiplicative inverse, or its reciprocal. We talked about these two terms yesterday. So 7/8 divided by 3/4, you just flip this fraction and say 7/8 times 4/3. Flip it to its reciprocal and you'll get the answer. So what I'm trying to tell you in a nutshell is that 8 divided by 2 is really the same as 8 times 1/2. What? Check it out. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 8 times its reciprocal, 1/2, because this is 2/1, right? So 8 times 1/2 is 4. If you don't believe me, do it. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 divided by 2, 4. Is that mind-blowing or what? All right, so what does that tell us? It tells us that 3 divided by 3/4. If we don't want to divide those fractions, we don't have a calculator, flip it. Flip the fraction and multiply instead of dividing. 3 times 1, or 3/1, times 4/3. See, I just changed the sign, flipped the fraction from 3/4 to 4/3. So let's do it. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. So you got 12/3. Answer is 4, right? So how do you check the answer? Well, let's go back to this 8 divided by 2 problem. You might remember in your elementary school, somewhere a 4th or 5th grade teacher said, 8 divided by 2 equals 4. You can read backwards to check. 4 times 2 equals 8, right? Yeah, I knew you'd remember. You can do the same thing here. 4 times 3/4 equals 3. Well, let's just double check this. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Yes, it worked. All right, so you can use that way to check it. I'm going to have you try one right away. You try 6 divided by 1/3. Just flip the fraction and multiply instead of dividing. Go. I'm back. Let's see how you did. All right, I like putting the 6 over the 1. I always do that. So I flipped it. Instead of 1/3, I have 3/1, and I'm multiplying. 6 times 3, I'll go down here. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 1 is 1, so I've got 18/1. Sweet, the answer is 18. So 6 divided by 1/3 equals 18. Let me check the answer. Put that little bar in. 18 times 1/3 equals 6. Well, let me do the work. 18 times 1 is 18. 18 divided by 3, it's 6. Sweet! I love it when a plan comes together. There's always a yeah, but though. Yeah, but what if it's 2 fractions, Mr. Dudley? It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Just flip the fraction and multiply. Okay? Sorry, I get a little carried away sometimes. 3/4 divided by 1/3. Just flip the fraction. 3/4 times 3/1. One more time. I just flipped the second fraction. 3/4 divided by 1/3. 3/4 times, just flip it to 3/1. So 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4, so I get 9/4. If we break that down into a mixed number, it's 2 1/4. Well, let's just check it. When checking, it's best to leave it in the improper fraction form. So 9/4 times 1/3 equals 3/4. Well, this is a little complicated, but let's just try it once. 9 times 1 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12, so I have 9/12 equals 3/4. Yeah, 9/12 equals 3/4. Just a different form. All right, time for you to try fractions. How about this one? 3/4 divided by 1/8. Just flip the dumb fraction and multiply instead of dividing. Go. All right, let's see how you did. 3/4 times 8/1, right? Just flip it. So 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4, so we got 24/4, which of course 24 divided by 4 is 6. Let's put it in and see if it works. 6 times 1/8 equals 3/4. Our check. Let's see. What's 6 times 1? 6/8. 6/8 does equal 3/4. God, I love it when a plan comes together. All right. Try this one. Last one before our ticket. 2/3 divided by 1/2. Just go ahead. Did you flip it? Did you multiply instead of dividing? Isn't that cool? Let's see how you did. Okay, here's 2/3. I flipped it and multiplied it times 2/1. So 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. So 4/3 is really equal to 1 1/3. That kind of makes sense. 2/3 divided by 1/2. It's going to go in there at least once. But let's just double check it to make sure. So I'm going to use the improper fraction again. So 2/3 divided by 1/2 equals 4/3. I'll go backwards. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. So I have 4/6 equals 2/3. Hello? Yeah, just reduce it. They're the same. All right. Sorry. I get excited about some things. All right. You should be getting excited about your ticket to the show. Here you go. 2 problems. You do these and you bring them to Uncle Dano on the next day and we'll be very in good shape. All right? All right. Time for the ticket. Or I'm sorry, time for the just for fun question. How long would it take you to walk from Paris, France to Moscow, Russia? 1,750 miles. All right. I don't know, quite honestly. But what I do know is that, check this out. In 1891, this French guy named Sylvain Dornan walked from Paris to Moscow on stilts. Yeah, stilts. And it only took him 58 days. 1,750 miles. Look at that. Here's France. Moscow's over here. Hey, there's Finland. 1,750 miles. Okay, so apparently Sylvain Dornan came from this area in Gascony, France, where the fields were marshy and rocky and uneven, and people in this area were basically shepherds because they couldn't grow crops on the land. And so people became very good at walking on stilts. They could walk right through marshy areas on these stilts, and this guy was proud of it and took off one day on a little journey. Yeah, 1,750-mile journey. Anyway, there's a good trivia question for the family dinner tonight. All right, thanks so much for listening. Have a good night. Bye.